welcome to Tech Talks, the podcast where we delve into the education and technology intersection to shape the future, and the views shared by very eminent education leaders. And we have one such with us today. I'm your host, Dr. Shunila Joy Chauhan, Vice President Strategy at OMOTEC. And today we're exploring the fascinating topic of turning schools into innovation powerhouses. Joining me is Dr. Yasmin Pirzada, founder of Belvedere Spring School, a pioneering Cambridge International School in Mumbai. With over 2 decades of experience, Dr. Yasmin has championed stress-free holistic learning. Under her leadership, the school has earned numerous awards for excellence in holistic development, innovation, and digital literacy. Recognized as one of India's top 50 effective principals in 2019, Dr. Yasmin was also honored by the government of Maharashtra for her contribution to education. Her philosophy fosters creativity, innovation, and collaboration, nurturing confident and compassionate global citizens. Welcome, Dr. Yasmin.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. So we are really delighted to have you here discussing this exciting topic.
I was more eager to talk on it. So I said I'll just share my views with you because now is the need of the hour that we are talking about technology in schools and everything, and we should take it forward.
So, you play so many roles as a director, principal, and of course a passionate educator. What does it mean for a school to become an innovation powerhouse? And how do you see the role that STEM plays, the pivotal role in achieving this transformation?
So as a director, trustee, and of course the principal of the school, I was like, it's the need of the hour, as I just said. Innovation in technology and all is the need of the hour. So when STEM started, when it was introduced, it was like a breath of fresh air to all the educators that, okay, fine, now the way they take it is more important than anything else. So it was before lockdown that, my school started getting into it, and we introduced a lot of kits to the children, and we went ahead with some of the national level competitions and everything. So I feel that people should accept that it is a technological wave that has transformed us. It is there with us to stay, and we have to get going with technology and innovation, because the students today do not desire only knowledge. They get it at a click of a button. So if you are, as mentors, coming out with something really different and new for them, that's what is going to hold them on and get things from us. So I feel it's next to important to have innovation and technology in our curriculum.
Yes.
I would also like to add here that why are we looking at parallelly, and why not in the curriculum? Why is it something different? It has to be inbuilt in the curriculum, and we should take it forward.
Absolutely right. As you said, it's a technological wave that's come. And it's come here to stay, and students are so comfortable. So it should be a part of the curriculum. It shouldn't have to be something which is actually separate. So, looking at our next question, while the vision sounds really promising, and there are, so many things that we can do in STEM, which is also now popularly known as STREAM, where we have incorporated research, reading, and art. But there are a lot of barriers, practical barriers that often hinder schools, like from properly integrating, say, robotics. So what do you think are the biggest challenges, and what strategies can empower educators to bridge the gap effectively?
I'll be a little curt here, looking at the scenario where, the schools are getting more commercial than,
Yes.
Anything else, because lots of brands have become like, they are following the corporate way of doing things and all that. And you calling me a passionate educator, it definitely means that my school is not in the rat race, and it is a passion run school. So definitely I will not go by, everything that others are doing. So I feel the cost is very important. If robotics and everything is, cost effective, it is affordable, I think most of the schools will get into it. And we are aware of the fact that, probably schools are just adding on to the cost and asking. So it would be just genuine costs, where we would think that we are giving something to the child which is different and it will help him in his life. So I think it should be cost effective for the to the children. That is one. Secondly, the masses, that is also our stakeholders, they are not yet aware of the the benefits, or maybe whatever is going to come the children's way. They are looking at it that, okay, when they complete the grade 10th, they're going to go for the high school, and then probably these things will come into the picture. Maybe after appearing their competitive exams like JEE and NEET. So it's a far-fetched thing. They're not looking at building it in the foundation years. So this is where, again, then schools are also thinking about, okay, it's an added effort for the teacher. So it is definitely, where professional development comes in, where teacher has to be trained, and then things have to be maintained at the forefront. Then also sustainability, that how much support will your team or the team which is delivering all these innovative technologies will give us. So everything is there, how much my teachers will be able to do, or how much they will be able to do. So there are a lot of questions which, as a school, and because I am right from the trustee level involved to the principal level, I can speak to you right from the classroom to the management level. What will be the management level? I told you would be the money involved. They would be thinking that people are not ready to shell out and all those things. Then a teacher would say that, oh my God, this is another added responsibility or a challenge. When do I complete my curriculum? The curriculum itself is demanding. Talking about a Cambridge school, we have got enough to do for the whole year. So then again, we have to got to, all these challenges are faced by the school. Parents, of course, you need to train them. You need to reach out to them. That's more important, that we have to reach out and educate them. They're not aware of it. But those who are aware are plunging into it, I'm sure. If not through the school, then even privately and even through social media. But those who are not aware, I think it should reach to them, and we should take it forward from there.
You rightly said it, that you are involved right from the director level, which talks about the commercials and it should be cost effective. And right from there to, from the teacher's perspective, that one more task for me to do, I have to learn this, I have to incorporate this, make time for it, and convincing parents, the parent community. So rightly said, it is a very difficult call to take, but so glad that you could bring this perspective up, that is to satisfy all the stakeholders also. So can you give us some kind of, examples of that you have incorporated some kind of STEM, or I should call it actually stream now?
When it started as STEM, we were right there from the beginning, from day one. So we had these, maybe companies like EduWait and all those people. So we had, even in the lockdown, we had kids delivered. We had kids delivered to the students where they were doing the STEM education along with the parents. So I involved my parents community in it. And then we were also, along with that, they participated in a lot of national level competitions, and they won at the state level and the national level. So there was right from having those energizing the solar panels, talking about sustainability, having the, different kind of dancing robos, and making themselves a lot of things where there are sensor panels, this, that. I don't know if the children, we could just hold them for not doing this. We shouldn't be, calling ourselves educators if we could do that. So I was fascinated right from day one when this thing came up, and I have been doing my bit. In spite of whatever constraints were there, we have been doing our bit and putting our children forward for all these competitions at the national level and all. And they have won also. And also at the regional, local exhibits where my students were able to put forth a lot of, things, and they have got prizes for that.
So that is wonderful, to incorporate it into the classroom and get them to win also. And the whole thing of experiential learning, which we
yes, definitely.
As part of being a Cambridge school. So it's all
I'm a staunch believer of experiential learning right from day one. The chalk and talk method is gone for a toss. It doesn't work in the classrooms. We should not even allow our teachers to do that. So when my children come to school, they have to experience something and then only get on to their regular learning lectures. We have different types of clubs, and we incorporate a lot of other things also, starting from nature and going up to technology, everything, right from farming to having a STEM project being made, or a stream project being made. For stream, I also involved things like where my children could do a geometry project, bringing in construction of a sustainable building or something, along with a research paper would be again a literature. So generally children, don't like writing these days because they are more onto gadgets. So if they have to write a research paper and research, they definitely do, because that is something they have constructed and they want to pen it down in their words. So that was amazing experience for me. So this is where I would like to tell everybody that it's our mindset and our barriers that we have created around ourselves which do not allow us to go ahead and give children what they actually deserve. If you just give them and just come one step forward, they are ready to come 99 steps and fulfill the reality what is needed and do things for us. So that is there.
Absolutely.
So let's not get into the redundant classrooms and boring classrooms. It should be just a happening place, and teachers should also be okay. It's just a no for you opening the book and teaching them.
Yes.
It has to be just a very happening classroom where my children are talking, debating, contemplating, and that is not disrespect. Also, it's not disrespect. They're voicing their opinions, right? And that is what is needed. So they have to be upfront and they have to talk, and teachers should be mentors to understand them, learn from them, give them what is needed, understand, and then take it forward.
Yes, and the teachers actually just igniting the spark and then letting the children find out through their critical thinking, and as a facilitator, which we very often talk about teachers being facilitators. So how do you balance that, the academic concerns, and I would not say even concerns, the academic, whatever has to be completed, and, learning objectives met, along with bringing in innovation into your classrooms? What are the kind of challenges?
I do not keep it separate.
Okay.
I do not keep it separate. It shouldn't be parallel. It should be integrated. Your work is done. 70-80% of your work is done if you're bringing innovation in your classrooms. Your classrooms are no longer dull. The learning has taken place. And when you have to bring, why are we looking at academics separately? Aren't the chapters all, can't you just relate it and do it in your classrooms? We have been doing, when we were way back, when we go to our school days, we were doing performing science experiments and everything. And why not for these children? So it shouldn't be a separate thing for me. It's not parallel. It's one in the same line. Even my English teacher would be equally involved and the science teacher. It wouldn't be separate for each one of them. As I gave you an example, if I'm looking at something on construction and my English teacher is involved for the research paper, so it goes, might as well for an academic skill of writing skill for my examination paper. It is actually building on that. So why do I give a separate topic for that? I could just take a topic from there and do it. My work is done. So it's more easier to do it this way than follow the redundant method of, just going into the classrooms and trying to complete the notes and portion. So that bogs down the teacher more. And if this is there, she enjoys, it's difficult for them to, get into it. First they'll say, no, maybe they come from other schools also sometimes. So when they come, they will say, no, it does not happen there. Why should we do like this? There'll be nth number of questions. Well, like, fine, we are like a family. This is the way it happens in our school, and this is the way we do it for our children. So yes, it's like that. So, again, the number matters. The number of students matter in the class. I'm not looking at 70. I'm looking at a decent 35 or a 30 with 2 teachers incorporating something. Yeah.
As you said, you're integrating it not as a standalone subject, but as a part of all the subjects. You're integrating innovation in that, technology in that. And so therefore it becomes so holistic and meaningful, because they don't even realize what they're doing. They're learning the content. It's more like a conceptual learning rather than just I have to do this theory. Yes.
Yeah.
So interdisciplinary learning is actually the main game changer,
Yes.
So what are the, from your experience, as you rightly said, you had started it even before COVID, and then with that, it took on another level altogether. So what you see would be the, changes that are coming up? What are the emerging trends in STEAM education or in education even generally from your perspective?
As I told you, the technological wave has gripped us. When you see students also going forward for augmentative reality learning, and also for artificial intelligence, AI, and all these things. So there is this change which is coming in, and it is a positive change. It is a positive change. Yes, of course, we have to draw lines where it is not needed. Like all the chat GPT answers won't work for your question paper. So all these things are there. But then, yes, it has to be that if we are able to guide them that how to adapt this, and also have it in your system, so that would be more beneficial to all the students and the school. And it is the need of the hour. You just can't ignore it. The students will have taken over it already. So it's might as well the educators who be their mentors and be their facilitators and be with them. That is the way it is. And I look at it like, if you look at coding, and if you look at everything else which has come into the thing, they are all which is needed. So there are professions which are coming. There are professions which are outdated, where we are looking at something which was there a decade ago, and now it is not existing. Non-existence of so many professions. Like even like the postman, we literally look at it like, okay, now what? The letter writing is gone. The email writing has come in. There's so many other professions which are just not there. The photography, the photographers. What has happened to that? Look at that. So when we are looking at standing and facing the challenges at the global level, can we think of keeping our students behind? Are we not looking at competing with the with global standards? Are we not looking at putting them onto the global standards? India with the world, India one with the world, the whole community at large. So if we are looking at, if we have a mindset like this, that our vision is like so far-fetched, then you have to take the plunge and dive into it and do the best. Take all the innovations in your stride and do it. I think it's high time schools realize that you have to do it. You have to overcome the challenges and get into it.
Absolutely. Yeah? As you said, India has to be ready to be on par.
Future ready. Future ready.
Yes, globally as well as one world. So that is, I think, a really very powerful takeaway from you. So thank you, Dr. Yasmin, for joining us. Thank you so much for sharing your insights and your experiences from school. I mean, that was really heartwarming to hear about how children are learning practically, and they are integrating subjects, building, with integrating the geometry subject, putting up a building together, designing it, sustainability. It brings so many thoughts into the minds of each and every educator. Hearing you, we will all be inspired.
Thank you very much. But I just want to add something here, that in all these efforts, it has to be stress-free also. So keeping in mind the teachers and the stakeholders and the students, like we have to bring in that atmosphere of making it stress-free for everybody. And then it works. You take up one project and you say, oh my God, how much we struggled to do this, and the children were burdened by it, using the words like these, like burdened. They are not burdened, they are happy to learn. Then you would have your parents, if you make them understand, they are also, and if teachers also work in a stress-free manner, I think it's a good thing to involve it like this. And the vision should be very clear. If you have a vision for your students, I would say, as an educator, students, just not my school, it's student community at large. If you have a vision for them, and if you're looking at them at a global platform, then I think every educator, it's a cakewalk. I don't see any difficulties there.
Perfect. I mean, as you said, the whole thing should be, education should be stress-free. It should not be so torturous in doing one project, no one wants to do the next. Thank you, Dr. Yasmin. Thank you for joining us on Tech Talks. And I would also like to thank our listeners for tuning in to this episode of Tech Talks. And let's continue together to foster a culture of innovation and inspire the next generation of change makers. So at OMOTEC,
thank you, all the best.
Thank you, Dr. Yasmin. And at OMOTEC, we believe in empowering educators, students, and the community to explore the vast potential of STEAM and technology education. So till we meet next time, let's keep innovating and inspiring.
Thank you.